All right, welcome back to the KSR YouTube channel and another episode of the progress on Val and Steve Morris's 2010 Camaro drag and drive car. Kind of trying to keep up with these weekly installments, which I've actually been a little sick this week, so I haven't done as much filming, which that may show up in this video later because kind of filmed some here at the last minute, but we're gonna go over everything that we've gotten done so far, which definitely got a few more lines checked off of the checklist. And Eddie's been working on some stuff in the back of the car, which will show all of that. But yeah, thanks for checking out the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Give us a like. Leave us a comment down in the comment section of some of the stuff you want us to show or questions you want answered about this build. We'll answer them if we can. Eddie working. See, look, Eddie working on things.
Weird, huh?
All right, let's get to it. So the Viper's back in for some work, getting it ready for a race at a track called Pit Race. It's up outside of Pittsburgh. I think it's 2 weekends basically from today, if this video comes out when I think it's going to come out. Eddie and I will be flying up there or driving up there. We haven't exactly worked that out yet, but it'll be our first time at that track. Looks like a pretty fun track. So it'll be exciting to see how that goes. May do a video because we've changed some things around on that since we got it ready for Sebring earlier this year. But we'll have to go over that in another video. But as far as this thing, so Eddie's been working back here, and yeah, the bumper's back on it because we are making some different mounts. So this, see this steel bar right here? That is gonna support the top part of the bumper. And we've also got this fitting real nice on both sides. And why are we worried about the bumper fit before we've got so much to do to the chassis before the thing goes out to powder coat? Well, I think I mentioned in another video, we are going to cut the trunk. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. Oh, that's heavier than I thought it was. So, what we are going to do is cut the trunk lid across the back of the car. And we have a fiberglass trunk lid. It's actually the whole fiberglass trunk lid, but we're gonna have this skin on the back edge here. And we're wanting to make sure all of that is squared up because what we are going to do is, and actually I need to, so that's the wing in that box right there. Right there, that box. We are going to mount it to the trunk, or this back edge of the trunk, and I think it just comes off from the pictures I saw. It's just going to come off of this trunk edge, so might cut it somewhere in there where that wing attaches to the trunk lid, and then the wing and this back trunk lid will stay attached to the car, and this front section, which we're cutting this, so the front section, which will become fiberglass, will be removable, and then that will allow access to the trunk and all the room of things that will be in there, which this will actually be a pretty good storage, you know, for stuff on sick week. She got a pretty big trunk here. And there'll be a little bit of wiring stuff back here, like there'll be a little relay board for the air pump, which will be back here. The street fuel pump relay will be back here. A couple little things. But what we are also going to do is make some mounts that go from that bar right there. This one. They will be bolt on to that, so we'll do some threaded inserts, which I'll show you some other threaded inserts I've done up there on the car, which actually we'll do a time lapse, and then I'll show you them up close after I get done with the time lapse. So there'll be some threaded inserts, and then they're going to have a support that comes up and bolts the skin to that support that goes right to the chassis. So the idea is that the wing is bolted effectively right to the chassis. That's my idea, like what I'm thinking about doing, what I think I'm going to do. And then it may tie down to somewhere in the middle or around the parachute, because we're going to have, you know, the parachute sticking out in here somewhere. The wing may tie into those parachute mounts as well, or the back side of the parachute pack mounts. So lots of stuff to figure out before we rip the body off of this thing. And probably if I had been 100% this week, maybe could have got it done. But my middle daughter, she missed school on Monday and Tuesday, and it's her last week of school for this year. So that's like a party week. You never want to miss that week of school. So she was really sick, but I had them over the weekend. She was a little sick on Sunday. I kind of started feeling it late Monday into Tuesday, and I'm still kind of tired, but just part of dad life, I guess. So let's go look at some of the laser cut stuff we got done for this thing, and show you some of the other things that we're working on inside of the body.
I wanted to cut this, but you said no.
You did cut that.
No, I meant like cut the hole in this for the 1.5 bar.
Oh.
But then it wouldn't, you know, because this is 1.5 inches wide.
All right, so enough jibber jabbering.
My bad,
sir.
My bad. Sorry.
So Eddie drew this up, and we used Send Cut Send to cut these with a laser.
Freaking laser beam.
So that they're super crispy on all that, and it's actually, if you look, it's actually a puzzle. And basically what's going on here, see, we got a tab for the outside over here, and that was not cut as a puzzle on purpose. So there's going to be a bolt and a spacer in here that the parachute tether wraps around both sides. So then it's captured. And then this is going to be where they will be able to hook a push bar to. So if they're out testing the car and they want to push back from the top end, this is already set up to where you can put a quick pin or a bolt through there, and it'll capture a rod in. And then you got a bar coming off of here that you can hook to your golf cart, tow truck, smart car, whatever you're gonna do. And
got the gussets in the back. Oh.
Yeah, check that out. We got some gussets.
So there's gonna be a bar right there.
Yep.
Gussets. Cut out the center, lightweight, you know.
Yep, we did do that at 1/4 inch, so it'd be super strong, because there's a lot of force on these and this bar. Because if you figure the parachutes pull -5 G's and the car weighs, let's just say 3,000 pounds. What's 3 times 5?
15.
Good job.
Big brain.
So 15,000 pounds of force or more. It's probably even higher instantaneously when it first hits. I've seen cars break the parachute anchors off of the car, and then cars end up in the sand trap. That's a bad time, so we don't want to do that. So yep, we have built that out of some very thick, I think it's chromoly too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Quarter.
So 41/30 1/4 inch chromoly plate, and the puzzle deal is nice. That's pretty sweet.
It's my first time doing it.
Keeps it nice and straight.
But I think it turned out pretty good.
Yep. We'll just be.
I figured we'd make the spacers first and bolt everything together just so it holds it, because like, you know, there's a little
bit of wiggle in it
right there.
I mean, you do the spacers like you're talking about.
Yeah,
that's gonna be.
It's on there.
Perfect. So these, which we've gotten some of these from some other companies, but we kind of wanted to make our own, and this is a titanium.
Yeah, a titanium.
It's going to be the front and the back edge of the wheel tub. So, where's the tubs? Oh, there they are. So, we made them where they're already the right width. Oh yeah. And then it's going to get folded to whatever degree we need. So you can maybe see there's a little notch right there. And we did them solid because, like, you know, rocks are going to be hitting this. So imagine that being folded. And now it's coming at this angle. So then the panel that goes forward to the bars, and as well as the panel that goes backwards towards the bumper, it's kind of like a mount, and it ties it all together. Gives us a spot to mount, or to at least, yeah, mount the filler panel that goes between the rear of the tub and the back bumper and the front of the tub and the chassis, which that's something else that Eddie got done. We got that rail there welded, so maybe this will help a little bit more. So imagine that titanium piece being bent, which obviously it won't be. And you can kind of see the angle of the wheel tub on that Sharpie mark right there. So it'll be bent about that angle, and then it'll bolt through to the wheel tub, bolt to the, you know, the piece of filler that goes in there, the piece of carbon fiber. And then we'll have another vertical piece that goes down there. So we've got another rail to weld here. It'll be steel, it won't be titanium. Although we could use another titanium one to do the corner there. I don't know, we'll figure that out. Actually, maybe not, because that's going to be a part of the chassis side. So, titanium parts. Oh, steering wheel extension.
Yeah, steering wheel extension.
Yeah. That's fancy.
Yeah.
1-inch tube, nice and strong.
Yep.
Because we are gonna, the reason to do that is so when you take the steering wheel off, it'll be more than just the steering wheel. So if you imagine the steering shaft, you know, the steering wheel may end up here, but if you pop the quick release down here, well, now you've got this big hole to get out of the car instead of, you know, just the end of the steering shaft being right here. So I'm going to weld in those threaded inserts that we talked about last week for the window latches, as well as the rear view mirror mounts, the parachute anchor, parachute release handle anchor mount, whatever it's called. So let's run through that time lapse, and then we'll show you more what Eddie's doing back here at the back of the car. And then that'll be wrapping it up for this video. Here we go. All right, so that's what she looks like, all welded in. And I know I mentioned in an earlier video that I didn't like drilling holes to mount, like say, wheel tubs and firewalls and other stuff. But this, I believe, in my opinion, is actually stronger than having a hole drilled in it, because what I've done is I've taken that 1/4 28 jet nut, and it's actually a pinching nut. I've taken that, and that is what is welded into the chassis there. So that gives us a 1/4, you know, a 1/4 inch fine threaded hole. It's actually way thicker than the tube. It's welded all the way around it. So it's not like we're just drilling an unsupported hole into the roll cage itself. So I wanted to clear that up before anybody called me out on that, because it was, I think, like the last video that I'm like, I don't like drilling extra holes in the cage. And then I went and drilled a bunch of holes in the cage. Well, then I supported them with extra metal. Anywho, so back under here, part of getting this all squared away and mounted. Let's go to this side, because this side's closer to being done. So because we're not using the factory pieces, you know, all of this metal has been cut out. We've attached the bumper with these nutserts, and this will get shorter bolts in it. These are just temporary bolts for the time being, because that's too heavy. That sticks out too far. And I think we're gonna make a strip, maybe out of some titanium. We got some titanium sheet that we may just drill some holes in, so it'll be nice and light, and then it spreads the load out. Because if you look, that's got a slot right there and right there and right there. So if we make it to where it goes under every bolt, and it's a little, you know, 1/2 inch wide strip, that'll be pretty sweet. And back here, there was a whole big plastic piece and everything. So what we did, Eddie worked up a tab with another one of those jet nuts, and then that mounts, which I guess the clamps could be taken off now, but basically it grabs the bumper here in the corner, and then that supports that bit over there. This bar that I may have shown back a while back, but this bar attaches to all of the light mountings and the license plate, and then it mounts here on a tab. So to take the bumper off, you'll have to take this tab loose. See, this tab has a bolt welded to the back of it, so you just put a bolt in from this side. That mounts that good and solid. Remember, I don't like stuff bouncing around and flexing around and stuff. So, and then on the top side, he's working on these, which actually got that one even tack welded in. So you can see that's going to support the top of that. Still got to weld that out there. But yeah, chipping away at different things. Might be some more time lapse here, some more footage. We'll have to see what all he does. Get some more done on the thing here in just a little bit. But I got to go run in gymnastics. So be back in just a few. All right, quick little time lapse here, just kind of showing you some of the stuff that Eddie was doing with that taillight mounting strip. And that is just a piece of 3/4 inch wide by, I think, 80 or 90 thousandths mild steel, whatever they had down the road at the local metal supplier. So we ran down there, grabbed a little bit of that, made a couple of supporting strips with the bolt holes in it that will hold up the bumper, and that keeps the gap around the trunk edge nice and tight, keeps it from drooping down there in the middle. And you can see he went and grabbed a rag here so that he could cool the weld off to keep it from melting any of the plastic bumper there. And I had requested that he didn't weld that outer part to the body, just because, like out by the quarter panel, the bumper is really close to the actual body itself, so I was worried that putting any heat that would be enough to melt the metal was going to also melt the plastic bumper. So I just got back from dropping off my youngest at gymnastics, kind of looking through all of the different wing pieces just to see what all, try to find the instructions and see how they have it designed to mount to the back of the trunk. And that's where we're going to wrap up the end of this time lapse here.
After July, holy
After
cow.
July 1st.
Dude, what do you think this is?
That's the correct face to have.
Payment plan.
He's trying to make me
Make bad financial decisions. Good financial decisions.
bad financial decisions.
So what they're talking about is, you guys may remember way back on the channel, I bought 3 Ford Rangers for the Danger Ranger series. I built one of them for me. Drew ended up with another one for him, and
The other one
the other one
will be being built.
will be being built.
Yes.
And we may just let these guys film their adventures,
I think.
and then post it to the channel. So
Yep.
let us know in the comments what you guys think about that, because obviously it'll be a very different style than how I've done it, because y'all have only filmed like your TikToks and OnlyFans and like whatever you're...
If you're gonna mention the OnlyFans, you better link it down below. Listen, this boy needs a 4-liter.
I do need a 4-liter.
So
all the clicks I can get on my OnlyFans.
all right, take your shirt off. Show them what they're missing.
So there may or may not be some fresh tracks on the road out front. I came back from dropping one of my kids off at gymnastics.
Allegedly.
I thought the industrial park was on fire. I didn't know what was happening. And by the time I got back here, like, they acted like nothing had happened. Like
Nothing happened. I mean, we were just
We
sitting
heard
here.
some noises while we were diligently hard at work.
Yeah. 100% working.
But who knows who that could have been?
I don't know. Do you know? I don't know.
Y'all do know
I don't
the
know.
track leads kind of right into the shop, right? Like,
No.
Well, if you look at the Ranger out there, the 3-liter still has all of its rods in it, so
Oh,
So it
okay.
couldn't have been us.
couldn't have possibly been that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's talk about the Camaro. Like, you got some stuff done while I was gone,
I did.
Edward.
Whoa, government name? Whoa.
Yeah, got that side done. Sweet, we'll be able to... Oh, you didn't get it done to the quarters, though.
No, because you said I wasn't allowed to tack it with the bumper on. Even though, you know.
I would prefer you not tack it with the bumper
I
on.
trust my. I'm gonna listen to you. You know more than me. I'll listen to you.
Okay.
You're smarter than me.
So they unpackaged the wing and looked at it, and it was great. And then I came and looked at it and didn't realize that I flipped it right on top of the sticky foam, and now it's because I wasn't paying attention, and now there's foam stuck to the wing. Real rookie move there. So we got to fix that. But we're mocking up the wing, and it doesn't overlap the back corner at all. It just butts up to this very back corner here. So we might be trimming on the trunk lid tomorrow, but that's going to have to be in next video. So we are super close to getting the body off of this thing. Super close, because I've got those done for the parachute, those done for the mirror. Oh, we didn't show them the foot pad, or the adjustable foot mount.
Yeah.
So there was some real science in. So originally I hadn't planned on making the throttle pedal adjustable. I was just going to make the brake pedal adjustable, and the driver just kind of puts the seat where they work the throttle pedal the best. But because Val is quite a bit shorter than Kyle and Steve, and Kyle and Steve and Val are all going to be driving the car, we worked up a mount that is going to be very adjustable. And you can see I put some threaded inserts here, and the pedal assembly, and this is 90 thousandths chromoly, so could be a little bit lighter if it was titanium, but it's not too bad. So the idea is the pedal is going to mount here, or weld off of this, and then there's going to be a heel cup back here to kind of catch the heel of your shoe. And then it will be able to be, the whole assembly will be able to be moved forward. And I think that's, you remember the center to center distance from the first to the last hole? Like 2.5, maybe? 3 inch? It looks like maybe 3 inch.
3 inches.
From the center of the front hole to the center of the back hole.
They're 1/2 inch apart. So yeah, 3 inch.
Half, 1, half, 2, half.
So 2.5?
2.5.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no. So half, 1, half, 2, half.
Yeah, 2.5. Because there's 6 holes,
quick,
but 5,
easy.
6 spaces in between.
So then that gives us, the brake pedal has its adjustability. I probably would have done this through Send Cut Send 2 and put even more holes in it. But it's going to be what it'll be. But this is a little bit more fine tuning or fine tunable, 1/2 inch, where this is I think 2 inch each move. So the cable and all is going to mount onto here so that there won't be any cable readjusting, like the whole pedal and cable attachment. So if you imagine the pedal swinging, it'll have an arm that's going up here, and then there'll be a cable attachment coming up. And then that'll be what, like the whole thing is going to move, and the cable will have enough slack in it that when it goes up under the hood and then out, or goes up under the dash and then out under the hood, it'll have plenty of slack in it to be able to move it and not mess the throttle cable up. So it'll be kind of cool that you won't have to go back and readjust the pedal or readjust the throttle cable every time you move the pedal. So that's that. That was something to get checked off the list, as well as all these things. I'm going to also do the same threaded in bushings down here on the bottom, so that we'll be able to mount the wing, or not the wing, the window net here, and then we'll be able to space it up a little bit if it's too tight, and then if it's too loose, we'll end up tightening it up and taking some spacers out of it. So I think that's probably going to wrap up this video. And next week, I think next week should be like really sure to getting, that's going to be a little bit of a one to worry about. That one will take me a day or two. This will happen probably tomorrow, which is still in this week. That'll happen tomorrow. So probably Thursday, Friday. That's 90% done. That's done. Yay, I can check that one off. This is half done. That's not done. Definitely need that can happen Thursday or Friday. So gonna do something similar for the passenger seat mounting, except it will just be even larger threaded inserts instead of the little small 1/4 inch ones. So, oh, we got those. That's something else to scratch off the list. That'll be quick. Can do that tomorrow. This actually goes to the body, so I don't need to do that. Shocks, travel sensor tabs, I do want to do those. Oh, I did that too. So those are done. Fire system pull handles, those will be quick. Yep, upper seat supports. I forgot we got to do a Pro 600 mount too, which that's kind of on the body, maybe. Oh, you welded inside the wishbone tabs, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess, you know what is not on here is the rear wing attachments to the chassis.
The threaded inserts right there?
Not for the rear wing, I don't think. Anywho, that's how these things go. I don't know if you guys remember back, but originally it was way up here on the list, and then now it just keeps getting things added to it. So anyways, that's gonna wrap it up with this video. Wrap it up with this video? Wrap it up for this video. Appreciate all of you so much for watching and following along, and being a part of our shop with us. You know, we try to have a good time down here, and hopefully that shows in the videos. And let us know about the new Ranger series. What are we calling it? The Budget Ranger series?
It'll be a budget build.
Budget.
Yeah.
Now,
If anybody wants to sponsor this kid some money to buy a 4-liter, he'll pretty much do anything.
Celsius?
He'll do anything for money, pretty much, right? I mean, you'll do anything.
Anything.
Yeah, you'll do it.
On that note, we'll see you guys next time.